Today, I have a very exciting, interesting, and near and dear, close to my heart guest, and a dear friend, Chris Guarnera, who we served in the Army together, U.S. Army military police officers. I'm very proud to say that I got to serve with this gentleman, and it's been a really cool experience getting back in touch with you and learning more about what you're doing. And that's why we're bringing him on the show today, because I think he has so much value to offer the commercial roofing radio viewership out there, all you guys and gals who are looking at technology to help make your job easier every single day, safer, and make sure that you're getting the right data to the right people in a very timely fashion. So I just want to welcome Chris. Thanks for coming on, buddy. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, man. I am so happy to finally reconnect with you. I know it's been a few years, but I reached back out and I was like, "Hey, man, I think I got something. We should definitely talk." And you've been very welcoming. And yeah, man, I remember Cam back in the day. He was definitely a very funny one, and then not really. It's not surprising in any capacity that he is now taken over in this space and kicking butt like always. So good to reconnect.
Well, yeah, for sure, brother. And I appreciate you bringing me into your world. And it's just crazy how life works out that way, how you just never know how, especially when we get in transition from the service into something that we care about. It's a tough thing to do, to find purpose, to find, meaning, something that's impactful, that transition. That's a very tough pill for a lot of soldiers that are transitioning. And I know it was for me, and I found, my passion. I've been able to stick with this industry for a long time. And it's just so cool that now what you do and what I still do, it just integrates so well. And we're going to talk about that now. Chris, you are owner operator of Blue Falcon Aerial, correct?
Yep, that is correct.
And if you haven't heard about Blue Falcon Aerial, they're a really neat drone technology educator, innovator in this space, and it's only growing. And what they're able to do, and I think what you guys are doing to sprinkle your genius and your process and the technology into the commercial roofing space. I think that's very important, especially from my eyes, how when I see what you can do and what the technology can do, it's pretty quick, pretty cool. And you had me out and invited me out to the Francis Tuttle Technology Center in Oklahoma City, which again is just another huge piece of what Blue Falcon is doing. And if you don't know what Francis Tuttle Technology Center in Oklahoma City is, Google it. It's incredible. I got to spend a half a day on that campus, and just looking through the different classrooms is just incredible. It blew my mind. I came upon actually they were doing a forensic data collection for, it looked like a crime scene, and it was really cool. And then and then another room is a part of a jet, a private jet where people are learning how to build sheet metal and form it and all that. It was just really cool. And we will be uploading and editing a video as we speak, and doing another visit to the Francis Tuttle Technology Center, because there's just so much there, and we did not even get to unpack everything that's there. It was raining the biggest part of the day, so we fought through it, of course, and we got some really cool stuff done. But I wanted to make sure we had this opportunity, because you can explain things in a way that I just can't. So if you would just give me give us all a little brief, or take as long as you want, we got forever, how you came upon Blue Falcon and what you guys are up to right now. And I've got a host of other questions for you too.
Yeah, of course. So in short, essentially what we do is we integrate drones into businesses. That is at the core what we're here for. We've been in this space for the last few years. We see how impactful and just how revolutionary these sort of devices are, and what they can do. And so the drones are really cool, but that's just part of the equation, right? Anytime you can integrate geospatial data into something, and you can integrate things like artificial intelligence as well, it really opens up some massive doors. And I'm sure, Cam, you can attest, like when I told you it flew itself, was I wrong?
No, no, you weren't.
It's cool. All right. Like
It
legitimately,
really
these
is.
things absolutely do fly themselves. You can do it. And our entire mantra right now, our entire business model is based on the fact that these things have evolved to a point where they can, should, and will be in every single uh, truck that is used by professionals in any industry: construction, roofing, landscaping, insurance, risk management, any of these fields. There's so much potential, and it's at that point where it just makes so much sense that it should be integrated. And our what we're doing is we're essentially helping these businesses take that first step. Going from 0 to 1 is the biggest challenge. Once they have started to move in that direction, then it just opens the floodgates on everything else they're going to do. So there's a lot going on. So yeah, but how we got started with this, me and Cam were in the same unit way back in the day. I went to Tinker Air Force Base in Oklahoma City as a federal police officer. So I worked with the Air Force at an Air Force base as a civilian, and it went really well. However, at some point, they wanted me to pick a career path. Either I was going to have to stay Army Reserves or do Air Force full time as a civilian. I didn't want to make a decision, so I really liked what I did with the Army. I liked having those soldiers. I liked integrate. I liked taking care of troops, and that was something I was really, really big about. So I decided that I was going to leave Tinker and go find myself a new pathway. And one of my buddies hit me up and was like, "Hey, dude, you want to come fly drones?" I was like, I don't know, man. I gotta have a job. Like, this is not really what I want to do. He's like, no, come on out, see what we do, and come do cell tower inspections with us. Okay. So I went out with him, and I went to West Virginia on our first project. And honestly, it went horrible. Like there was so many issues with it. The weather was bad. We did not make money, but I saw it. When I saw him fly these drones and the data he was producing and the models they were generating, and I was like, this is clearly what I want to do. And so as soon as I got back home, I put my 2 weeks in. I bought a truck, bought the equipment. I let my wife know I was doing it. She was supportive, thankfully. And, that's what I've been doing. So for the last 3 years, we've just been hitting very hard in this sphere. And first with the cell tower inspections, then we moved on to LiDAR. Then we formed Blue Falcon and brought some of my friends together. Most of us vets, we all came together and built this company. And we did the data processing and data capture for a long time, and we recognized that the next step in this process is bringing everybody else on board, right? All of these different companies, these organizations, et cetera, they should have drones integrated with what they're doing. And the tech is phenomenal, and it's just one piece of the puzzle. But when you integrate drones with terrestrial units, when you integrate mobile units, when you integrate fixed wing aircraft, and you integrate satellites and merge it all together, you can do some really, really, really cool things. And so what we do is we essentially help businesses identify what's going on, and just bring these things in there, because there's so much value that can be added on day one.